far, isn't it? It's quite far, man. It's all good, though. It's all good. What's going on, people? Up the Villa TV. Up the Villa same way. You know how the thing goes already. The channel filled with Villa news. Filled with Villa reactions. Whatever it is. Yo, up the Villa same way. You understand? First things first. I don't speak for all fans. All Villa supporters. But this channel, everybody can speak. Yippee-yi-yi. Yippee-yi-yo. You know what I'm saying? It's right. All right, first things first, let's get started and cracking because, yo, I got to be somewhere, but I wanted to get an episode in. Listen, when on TNT Sports the other day, it popped up, actually, and some of the pundits, there was a statement saying, is Emery, pound for pound, the best Premier League manager? And everyone disagreed. You had bare people disagreeing, people saying Pep and blah, blah, blah. And I watched that video and I'm like, I don't think they understood the question, pound for pound. We're talking about pound for pound. You understand? Even this season alone, pound for pound, arguably, debatably, Emery's in there. Do you understand? Let's go through it. So people are saying, I asked the man them as well, and they said Arteta. Fair enough. Obviously, we don't know at this moment, we don't know what the results are in terms of the Champions League and what they do in it, you know what I'm saying? But let's break it down, because although they've won the Prem, Arsenal, that's cool. If we're talking about pound for pound, we're talking about dollar for dollar. If we're talking about English sterling to English sterling, Emery's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Look, I had to write things down. You get me? If we're talking about pound for pound, resources-wise, spending power, squad depth, you know what I'm saying? Expectations, injuries, European football, everything combined, generally, Emery is the strongest argument. Has to be the strongest argument. We're talking about a team. We're talking about a manager that, yo, from a piece of string, has created. What has he created? Look what he's created. It's right there. He's created it. He's created nothing out of something. This season alone, we finished fourth. Despite what's happened during the season, we finished fourth. We got Europa football and we smashed it. And we've got silver piece, we've got silverware. You understand? Now, we've got Champions League football this season alone, 2025 to 2026. What other managers doing that with the financial backing that we've got? You get me? I could bring in the Bournemouth manager, because what he's done for the team, considering what he's got as well, he's done a mad thing. Obviously, Mikel Arteta is going to be up there because of this Premier League and they've won it and blah, blah, blah. And it's the first time in 22 years and stuff like that. Cool, you can argue that. But it's the first time in 40 plus years for us Europa-wise. You get me? Getting a European trophy, bruv. So we can tick for tack, pound for pound, and you know what I'm saying? But if we're talking real, manager-wise, and them like we're saying Pep. But if we're talking pound for pound, with all the limitations, the PSR limitations, we don't have financial backing like teams like United, City, Arsenal. You get it? We don't have that backing. But if we're talking pound for pound and the journey, surely Emery is in the argument for the strongest contender. Surely. And not to batter eyelid over him. Surely. I'm confused. Let me know, innit? If I'm chatting rubbish, let me know, innit? As I said, I don't chat for all Villa fans, but everyone can speak. Let me know. It's a confusing one. I had to write it down. You get it? Look, Villa are not operating with the financial freedom of Arsenal or City or even United. We've had PSR limitations. You know what I'm saying? We're not able to spend freely. And look what's happened. Look what we've done. Considering. May I remind you as well, this is a club that was fighting relegation a few years ago. Come on, people. Open your minds. Use your brains. What do you mean, Pep? I get Pep's a sick manager. You get me? He's a good manager. But last game of the season, we went there, hungover, as told you. Emery hungover as well, probably. And did a mad thing 2-1 to the City. We went to the City and 2-1 to the... Yo! Come on, man. Put Emery in that talk. Don't want to hear no business about, nah, not for now. What are you talking about, bro? Since he's been at the club, what? We've had 2 Champions Leagues this season contending for next season and the other season. We've had a Europa title and the positionings of our team with minimal backing. Minimal backing financially. We haven't got bread. We haven't got bread like City. We haven't got bread like Arsenal. We haven't got bread like United. We have not got bread. You get it? But we can't live by bread alone. If you know, you know. And look what we've done. Come on, man. Use your heads, man. Joe Hart, blood saying disagree. Joe Hart, you're probably still asking for the ball. Come on, man. Use your head. Come on. Have you been watching it? Have you been seeing it? Do better, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones, man. It's one of them. But I thought to say, yo, when I saw that clip, I was a bit confused. And I saw people's comments on, because I think it was on X and Facebook and that. And same thing, fam. Same thing. It's just, look at this. I've got the stats here, yeah. Football Manager, called transfer budget, yeah. Where are we transfer budget wise? We're at the bottom of the table, bro. 1.5 mil. City 47.3 mil. Arsenal 23.7 mil. Chelsea 16.4 mil. Man U 12.9 mil. We haven't had nothing, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? There's nothing there. And look what we've done. Come on, man. It has to be in the talks. Emery has to be in the talks. Big up my guy Emery, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them. But I thought I needed to record this before, because it's ridiculous. Anywho, on a lighter subject, has anyone seen the new Villa kit? Oh my gosh. Okay, you've got my money. If you want my money, yeah, you got my money. Yo, are you mad? Villa kit coming in like, yo, what is it on? Skepta, my man, what is it? Yo! The stripes, you know what it is? When it comes out, yeah, I think it comes out on the 28th of May. You get it? I need the long sleeve thing. You see the long sleeve thing? Boy. Yo, and I think there's something about Adidas kits, I'll be real. There's something about Adidas when they make collab with, when they sponsor a team or whatever. Their kits, bro. Adidas. They do a thing still. They do a thing. I don't think Morgan Rogers would. It depends, and it depends. It is a mindset of a player. It just depends. I don't think Morgan Rogers will be leaving Villa anytime soon. I don't want him to, because he's been turning up. Don't get it twisted though. His value's gone up differently. And if he turns up in the World Cup, you see his price, bro. You see his value. Boy. You know what I'm saying? So if he turns up in the World Cup and he knows his value's gone up and teams are willing to pay that much because they've got the financial backing, let me just say again, then boy, sir, it could be a thing where it's like, okay, yo, they're willing to pay this amount of bread. I mean, you know what I mean? Most expected to leave Aston Villa this summer with a price at around 80 mil. 80 mil. If he smashes it in the World Cup, price tag will go up. If clubs are willing to pay for him, I reckon he will leave. I think I said something else before, but it just depends on the price tag. And what we've got right now as a team, as a Villa squad, is very strong, like chemistry wise and just player wise, it's very strong. Even just seeing the players together, the chemistry is there. Seeing it with the manager, the chemistry is there. I think we've got a beautiful thing at the moment, and I think you see like the 2026 to 2027 season, it's going to be very good, you know. And I think we're hot contenders of top 4 again. I'll be real, because I feel like if we were playing like how we were playing like the back end of the season and turning up, God forbid any injuries and stuff like that, but if we do turn up, then boy, it's a serious team, you know. It's a serious team. I don't think people realise how serious Villa is as a squad. I don't think people actually realise and how solidified they are as a squad. You understand? However, obviously Champions League as well, we're going to touch on that. Champions League's coming, so I would presume this summer transfer, we're going to look into getting some more forwards, I'd probably say, and the mids. I think if we can solidify a good forward, we don't need too many forwards now. Yeah, you get me. We've got Ali, we've got Tammy. If we can secure another one just for rotational purposes and just in case, then that's cool. I think the midfield as well, if we can secure a couple players for the midfields, then that would be perfect as well. But one forward that I would take personally for me is Rashford. Definitely. If we can secure Rashford, I think personally, rotational wise, he fits in. He's been in the club anyway, so he fits in. Also, he can play different positions. It's not just the centre forward role. He can pop on the left wing. So then that chemistry there, solidified. Jared Bowen, another person that can fulfill that role. But I want to get into, at the moment, and I'm following, this is from the avfc.hub, Harvey Barnes. What do you guys think about that? So it says it's understood that Harvey Barnes would be very keen on a move from Newcastle to Aston Villa this summer if a deal can be progressed between the clubs. The price tag could prove to be the main issue, with Newcastle expected to demand anything up to 40 million for a player who still has 2 years left on his contract. Emery is eager to bolster his options in attack ahead of a Champions League return next season, and the 28-year-old will feature on the club's wish list. What do you guys think about Harvey Barnes in the Villa squad? Me personally, it's an all right move, to be honest with you. It's decent. I get it. However, I would prefer Rashford over Barnes, depending on the price tag though. I know he's 28. I'm sure he's 29 this year, Harvey Barnes. And for the team, we might as well look at his stats from last season just to see what he was averaging. But it's not a bad shout, but I know there's better players that we could link to now that we know that we've got Champions League football where we were at the end of this season. Okay, then, so for Harvey Barnes, 37 appearances, 18 subs, 7 goals, 1 assist. Is that valid? I'll go on the TikTok and I'll say what a couple of you guys have been saying on the TikTok in terms of transfers and summer transfers and who you guys would want. So, someone has said Harry Wilson on a free. Makes sense. Harry Wilson. Let's look Harry Wilson up and his stats. Obviously, Fulham player, forward. Where's the number 8? 36 appearances, 10 goals, 7 assists. I mean, I'd pick him over Harvey Barnes. I can't lie. 10 goals, 7 assists, 36 appearances, 4 subs. Them stats are decent. They're decent in comparison to Harvey's, and considering what Fulham, he plays for Fulham as well. So, what do you guys think? Harry Wilson. Would you take Harry Wilson on a free? It makes sense. It does make sense. I was saying Somerville, Bowen. That would make sense because obviously they're championship football now. Let's be real. They don't want to be playing championship football. That's the opportunity for us to just raid them and say, look, you want Prem football? You want Champions League football? Yo, I that me say. You know what I'm saying? So if we got Somerville, let me check his stats as well. Somerville would be a good signing for us. 31 appearances, 5 goals, 2 assists. Could potentially, but if we got Harry, I think at the moment, I am backing that Harry Wilson shout for a forward. I am backing that from just based on the stats. Market value wise, I don't know how much he's going for, but if we got him on a free, most definitely. But we just have to see how much his market value is at, basically. I think the 2026 to 27 season is going to be very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Villa hopes, in my opinion, this is going to be one of our... I think this is going to be one of our best seasons this season coming. I think it's going to be one of our best seasons. God willing, there's no injuries from the World Cup with our players that are involved, and big up all the players involved in the World Cup as well. Shout out Unoman. Hopefully there's no injuries. We come back stronger within that season when we start. I think if we can just secure a solid team for the Prem and also Champions League, we could do some good stuff. I'm not saying that we're going to win Champions League and stuff like that. You get me? But I feel like we could get a good place in terms of, okay, cool. If we really structure it down, if Emery structures it down perfectly and to a point where, we're in good standings, then yeah, definitely. And if it gets to a point where we can have Champions League football next year as well, as in the end of next season, then whatever the TNT brothers were saying about pound for pound, get out of here. You understand? Because, that just threw me over. I thought, slap on the camera, talk about that. I had to get it off my chest. But as you know, Villa, up the Villa same way. Villa till I die. I don't speak for everybody, but everyone can speak. So comment down below your thoughts on what TNT says. The summer transfer season, what do we need? Morgan Rogers, do you think he's leaving this season? Well, next season in the summer. And also, what do you think 2026 to 2027 season is going to be like for Villa?